YouTube ad comes to mind, and it's like it's Carlos Santana, and he's like, when you play music, you're breathing. No, when you play music, you're letting light into the darkness. And anyway, it just keeps on showing up on my thing, and I'm kind of like, at first I'm like, man, damn these ads, but then I'm like, man, right on, Carlos, you're right, man. And I mean, yeah, I reckon that's true. I don't know, there's definitely something special about it. But then for me, it's kind of like, I think making music specifically is there's a lot of self-discovery in it, I guess. And I think just that on its own is, you know, healing in many ways. And also just creating something, the process. I don't know, I think there's probably a lot of depth that you can go into around that whole thing. But for me, a lot of it's been the path of self-discovery in a way. Blue skies and starry nights and lots of green. I reckon the sort of seeing the benefits on the environment, you know, with the great rush of life coming to a halt all of a sudden, has been like a real notable lesson. And my main hope is that people will actually learn from the lessons and sort of apply it, and not just let that same negligence slip back into the norm, if that makes any sense. That's kind of I feel like there's so many different lessons with this whole thing to be learned. And I guess the biggest thing would just be to take on board the lessons and not just sort of slip back to normal and carry on like nothing happened. My advice would be to squeeze the lemon. You know, everyone's got some juice or some sort of zest to offer, so just squeeze it. Just give it a go, I guess. You know, there's no better time. The world needs it. Don't hold back, I suppose. Yeah. It's a bit of a tale, so I'll try and condense it. But basically, the name, like it just keeps coming to me. Like, not coming to me as in I thought like, banana sludge. But it was like these different weird scenarios where it was like I keep seeing banana sludge or something. But it started with me and my friend were aimlessly roaming around California, or basically just like, I don't know, we always had bananas for some reason. It was like everywhere we stopped we'd just grab bananas because, I don't know, they were so cheap and we were so poor and all that kind of stuff. And for some reason my friend just kept on going on about like banana sludge and banana slime. Most of the time he was complaining because he'd always get it on his sleeve. And I think I wrote it down, or like I wrote a little poem or something. And anyway, just sort of sat there. And then like a year later, we were, there was a bunch of us in this place, Marahau, and sort of outside of Nelson at the foot of the Abel Tasman. And so in summer there, it's like full of like tourist activity, you know, it's super busy and it goes off. And there's this little cafe, venue, restaurant thing. And it was a friend's birthday, and we were having a birthday celebration. So it was quite a fizzy night. It's pretty hazy, don't really remember it. But they were also having a jam night. And I just remember, you know, people would write their name on the list. and there was a few of us there that played music, and the guy was like, oh, he's like, next up's Banana Sludge. And we were like, man, who's Banana Sludge? And I was like, man, Banana Sludge. I was like, that just keeps on like coming to me. And then one of our friends was like, yo, that's you guys. Like, you know, you got put down on the list. And we're like, what? And we're like, oh man, all right, we'll try play some music. And by that point, it was like full fizz. And we got up, and I thought it was like the greatest jam ever. I was having a great time. But then the admin was like kicking us off. That's sort of what I remember. But I just remember the next day, like the main memory I had from that night was just like the crowd chanting Banana Sludge as we were getting kicked off. And I was like, whoa. I was like, that's crazy. And then anyway, when it came to putting that collection of songs together, I had, when I'd bounce them out of like the tape machine and stuff, I'd put them in a folder. And the folder I just had is BS. And anyway, I was like, oh, okay, it's fate. And then, yeah, there's a couple of other, my friend told me this tale as well about how a banana saved his life one time, but it had turned to sludge because it melted in his pocket. And I was like, man, I just can't get away from this banana sludge thing, so I'm just gonna do it. And that's, in short as I can, where banana sludge came from.
Walker.